All right, good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. So let's begin by adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to avoid slouching or leaning, but we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. And we begin to let go of attending to the outside, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation. Constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Concentrating that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting your awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And when the mind feels more calm, generate a broad and altruistic motivation for your time, wanting to use this time to establish and deepen constructive ways of thinking and acting, cultivating states of mind that allow oneself to remain connected to a sense of peace and ease, and to reduce and ultimately eliminate the influence of states of mind that are not constructive, not beneficial, states of mind that agitate and disturb one's sense of peace and ease and often give rise to actions that cause harm. Thinking of engaging in this process of genuine inner transformation in order to be of greater and greater benefit to sentient beings. And then with that motivation, we'll continue contemplating the 8 verses of thought transformation. With verse 2, whenever I am with others, I will practice seeing myself as the lowest of all, and from the very depth of my heart, I will respectfully hold others as supreme. Whenever I am with others, I will practice seeing myself as the lowest of all, and from the very depth of my heart, I will respectfully hold others as supreme. So this verse is encouraging us to adopt a sense of humility, seeing ourselves as a servant for sentient beings. Here we're simply trying to overcome the obstacle of pride, which is a comparative mind that puts oneself above others. We're trying to actively see ourselves as working for the benefit of others rather than expecting others to work for our benefit. So think back over the last few weeks when you've engaged with others, and try to get a sense of how focused you often are on the needs of those around you, or how focused we tend to be on just our own needs. How often do we discount the ideas that others have, wanting to have our idea adopted? How often are we preoccupied, ignore what's going on around us, or expect that those around us will aid in our interests? Try to get a sense of that influence, the ways in which it tends to manifest. And then begin to imagine what it would be like to actively recollect the good qualities of others instead of their faults. What would it look like to go into every interaction with the intent to seek the benefit of others rather than oneself? How can you imagine taking that intent into your day and try to visualize integrating that wisdom into your experience. And then the next verse. In all actions, I will examine my mind, and as soon as a disturbing emotion arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly confront and avert it. In all actions, I will examine my mind, and as soon as a disturbing emotion arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly confront and avert it. So now we are being encouraged to develop mindfulness, introspective awareness, to notice the arising of disadvantageous, unconstructive states of mind, ill will, jealousy, anger. And as soon as we recognize the mind moving into these states, to engage in some antidotal action, in the moment at least, to avoid an overt action motivated by these states, and ultimately to become more and more familiar with positive, constructive states that act as counterbalances. So, again, analyze in your experience what problematic states of mind are most predominant. Thinking back over the past weeks or months, what sorts of negative mental states seem to arise most frequently, most intensely? And what are the earliest indications that such a state is arising? And bring to mind strategies that seem, in your experience, to be effective in counteracting these problematic states of mind. How best in the moment can you avoid acting out of these problematic states, and how best can you gain new familiarities, new habits, new tendencies that reduce the likelihood of these states of mind arising. Generate a mind that becomes motivated to apply these strategies, to learn more about them, and to practice them diligently. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate to recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, created positive energy in the mind. I think that you freely offer that positive energy, the fruit of your practice, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking when that positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled, and may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.